Normally, I don't sit across from rock stars. What's interesting about you guys is you're kind of like closet tech nerds. The innovation that you guys have coded on stage here has impacted the industry for many, many years. So if we look at you two as an indicator of what's coming next in technology, and we look at this tour, what's coming next?
I am abusing the technology, if you like, and I'm trying to put blood into the zeros and the ones. In fact, all the staging that you see behind us really goes back to the very early days of U2, when we would stage dive to try and we'd break the fourth wall, trying to get to our audience, trying to touch them, trying to reach them. And then when you got to play theaters and then arenas, the back of the theater got further and further away, and we had to find different ways of getting to the back of the theater, hence these satellite stages, which we're allowed for because of in-ear monitors, hence using video reinforcement as video art and trying to communicate. But it's all, for me, the same thing of trying to wrestle with your audience in a very physical way.
Can you explain to me the thinking behind using augmented reality to kick off the show?
Total immersion is our gig, and I guess AR just helps.
It's used to really amplify the song so that it gets across in a more clear, direct, potent way. So if it doesn't serve the song, we would not consider it.
You'll see there's this kind of image we have of consciousness, which is like this big iceberg, and then it starts to melt. And we had to compact that experience because of battery life. And then we wanted to do some intimacies. We wanted this very raw, naked version of the singer. I mean, we tend to use my story in U2 because I'm the singer. It could be anybody's story in general.
I don't know what it's like to be you guys on stage looking out at 1,000 bazillion screens, right? But I'm sure that's complicated because you want people to be present for you, but now we're in this
phones,
world.
it's when they hold up the laptops and you know, that's
a
a little over the
just
top.
You remember that artists are, it's a very unsound thing to think that people should be interested in your most private thoughts. So a bunch of megalomaniacs, us, and we want people's complete attention, and we get really cross if, you know, somebody goes to the bathroom during one of our songs. So, you know, I think just to try and have fun with this potential for distraction and make the phone part of the actual experience of being at a show, that's part of the appeal of using it.
This, right now, we're calling it the barricade, is a 80-foot long screen, which is double-sided, and so we can climb inside. So you want to see inside the barricade? We had this idea of the screen being in the middle. So we then got to the point of realizing, well, it has to be two-sided because we have to cater to both sides of the audience. And it was kind of an afterthought. We realized, well, we could climb inside it.
But why stop with just two sides when you could be inside the screen?
And that then opened up this whole other level of possibilities. So we're always on the lookout for things that have never been done. That's our kind of...
Why?
Well, I think probably we're terrified of the idea that that there's no more innovation available. So we're constantly like seeing where the form can go. You know, it's like rock and roll to me is a sort of spirit of adventure and innovation. We as a band have always believed that if you're part of the conversation, it in a kind of very natural way, it'll start to seep into your work, and it stops you from ending up, you know, atrophying as creators. You know, we want to keep things fresh.